The air crackles tonight, the spotlight shimmering on a family that seems untouchable. A name whispered in luxury and legend, Beyoncé. A daughter adored by millions, Blue Ivy Carter. But what if this fairy tale hides a secret so unsettling that it shakes the gilded stage from the inside out? The truth, if it exists, isn't spoken softly, it's a thunderclap. Because when Jaguar Wright steps up to the mic, silence is not an option. She claims the story we believe ignites from a lie. What nobody expected was the tremor beneath the surface of perfection. And tonight, we follow the trail into the shadows. Once upon a time, in the world of spotlight and soaring vocals, Beyoncé rose from Houston's humble roots to become a global icon of power, pride, and unshakable image. She didn't just sing songs, she carved an empire. But even empires are built on stories, and every story has a beginning. For Beyoncé, the beginning was hard-won: early stardom, relentless scrutiny, the pressure to be flawless. Then came the love story with Jay-Z, two superstars colliding, building together, welcoming their first child in early 2012, Blue Ivy. So the world believed. A miracle baby for the queen of music. Everything seemed aligned. But beneath the cheers and the cameras, something felt off, a crease in the glamour, a moment that seemed fleeting but would ripple outward. The folded belly in an interview, a dress shimmering but freezing a question in time. The internet paused, rumors started. And in those whispering corners, Jaguar Wright raised her hand. She claimed she'd seen cracks. She asked questions that few dared to ask. Because when you reach a level where your every move is choreographed, the smallest misstep becomes a choreographed misdirection. And the more immaculate the facade, the louder the pause when something doesn't quite fit. Beyoncé's story was supposed to be bulletproof, unshakable, but what if it wasn't? What if the part we believe, motherhood, birth, family, carried an undercurrent of betrayal we never knew existed? Here's the twist. Jaguar Wright didn't just drop a whisper in the wind. She dropped an accusation. She challenged the core narrative of one of pop's most protected families. She asked whether Blue Ivy was truly Beyoncé's biological daughter, and whether the public narrative of her arrival was just that, a story. The starting point, that moment when Beyoncé sat down on an Australian talk show and her bump folded. A dress crease? Maybe. A sign of prosthetic padding? Some claimed. The footage fueled speculation, and from that fold came a theory. What if the baby didn't belong to Beyoncé? What if someone else carried her? What if the cradle rocked by an illusion? Jaguar pointed to the timing, the public announcement, the highly controlled hospital environment, the reportedly locked floors, the hush money whispers, and the death of a woman linked to that inner circle, Kathy White. Young, vibrant, connected, gone too soon. Cause? Brain aneurysm. Convenient? Alleged? Suspicious. According to Jaguar, Kathy was the missing piece, the maternity surrogate, the hidden mother. Around the same time the world cheered the birth of Blue Ivy, Kathy's life ended. Was it coincidence or a silenced story? Jaguar claimed the timeline aligned too perfectly to be chalked up to mere coincidence. She questioned the cord cut of truth, the hush behind hospital doors. The baby, the empire, the narrative, all seemingly immaculate. But Jaguar says the truth is messy, not the glittery version we saw. She alleges that the official story didn't just come from love and joy, it was engineered. That the daughter we all know is planned to belong to Beyoncé, but the one who carried her was silent and gone. The internet exploded. Blogs, YouTube detectives, message boards lit up with theories of surrogacy, prosthetics, hidden mothers. The couple's team fiercely denied it. Legal letters, apologies. A public relations machine activated. Jaguar Wright, meanwhile, remained standing in the eye of the storm, not as a calm narrator, but as a provocateur. She reminded us, the most dangerous lie is the one wrapped in perfection. And the family we admired, the one we cheered for, she painted them as players in a narrative that may have been manufactured. The evidence? Circumstantial. The proof? Elusive. The impact? Massive. Aerosol of doubt sprayed across the established myth. What began as an online murmur became a thunderstorm. Every photo, every interview, every maternity announcement clip re-examined under fresh light. The hospital lockdown? Reported. The multi-million-dollar hush fee? Alleged. The woman who died suddenly? Questioned. For a public so used to polished celebrity, the idea of a fake pregnancy or surrogate-born baby was surreal. But the more protected the subject, the more vulnerable to suspicion. Because secrecy invites inquiry. Jaguar Wright didn't stop at speculation. She pressed on, naming names, timelines, connections. She urged viewers to look beyond the manila folder version of reality and into what happens off-camera. And for every denial from the Carter Knowles camp, she raised another question. For every "look, we have never made a statement," she hung an expectation we will never need to. The silence becomes the story. And when the story becomes more about what wasn't said than what was, it grows. Blue Ivy's birth, once a triumph of love and celebrity, became a riddle. The child of myth or motherhood? The daughter of two global stars, or the product of a secret strategy? Jaguar claimed that the family's empire building required a narrative of flawless lineage. And if the lineage was inconvenient, well, silence would serve as the cloak. The world watched, and the curtain lifted just enough for us to wonder whether we were watching a performance. Because in the end, even the loudest applause can mask the hush behind the scenes. And then comes the fallout. For Beyoncé, the flawless queen, the narrative cracks, and with it, the peace. For Jay-Z, the mogul, the story squeezes the grip a bit tighter. For Blue Ivy, a child born into brilliance, the sweetness of her name now mixed with whispers of hidden truths. If the allegations were true, what does that mean for her identity? What does it feel like to be the center of a rumor you didn't ask for? For Kathy White's family, for the mother who carried the child, if Jaguar's claims hold any weight, loss becomes tangled in silence. Her death becomes suspicious, not just tragic. The hospital rooms, the contracts, the locks, all become symbols of a story suppressed. The emotional impact ripples outward. Beyoncé's image as the invincible mother, wife, artist collides with the possibility that she may have relinquished one of the greatest symbols of our culture, childbirth, into someone else's arms. And the trust between fan and superstar cracks. Because if the real truth of Blue Ivy's origin was hidden, what else might be hidden from even the closest gaze? Jaguar's voice shakes the foundation. The empire trembles. The fan base hesitates. And in the quiet moments, the grief emerges of a woman whose legacy may be weighed against deception, of a daughter whose heritage is up for debate, of a mother who died too young under a cloud of speculation, and of an audience that believed they were witnessing authenticity, only to realize they might have been watching a masterpiece of control. In the end, we return to the curtain call. What do we believe? The love story? The baby? The flawless family? Or do we believe the cracks, the whispers, the moments never meant to be seen? Beyoncé built a narrative of power and motherhood. Jaguar Wright says that narrative might be a fortress hollow inside. Which version is true? Perhaps the answer lies not in evidence, but in silence. Because when a superstar says nothing, the whispers grow. When a story stays untouched by challenge, it seems invincible. But when the questions start to circle, the fortress becomes vulnerable. Maybe Blue Ivy is exactly who she's claimed to be, a blessing born into greatness. Maybe Kathy White's death is a pure tragedy, coincidental and heartbreaking. Or maybe the truth is somewhere in between, parts manufactured, parts real, parts pain. For Beyoncé, for Jaguar, for us, the ripple remains. The mirror reflects not just a family, but the fragility behind the facade. The question we must ask ourselves, what is the price of perfection, and who pays it? Because sometimes the most polished story hides the heaviest secret, and the spotlight, it turns out, might be the only place left where the truth can't hide. If you made it this far, you're definitely one of the real ones. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you believe. Was Jaguar Wright telling the truth, or spinning another Hollywood illusion? Either way, more shocking stories are coming, and you won't want to miss them. So stay tuned, stay curious, and as always, thanks for watching.